Well, thank you for joining me today. Today is a very special episode on Homestead Patch. As many of you know who have been following me on my channel for a while, I have been on the Trim Healthy Mama program now for close to 2 years. I've lost another 1.5 pounds this last week while on a trip to Idaho. I am down 86.5 pounds. Holy cannoli. That is so good. I never thought I'd be here. But part of the reason I'm here is because I've been on a program called Trim Healthy Mama. Now, these are a couple of their cookbooks I'm showing you, and their starter book that, I had bought a couple of years ago. And today, I actually got a little gift box from Trim Healthy Mama. They sent me a little goodie box. So I wanted to share it with you because I love their products. I love their program. I am 100% dialed in because I know that this works. And so let me show you what they sent me. I thought you might enjoy looking at my fun little gift box today. And so let's get this open. All right, let's see what's in here. Oh my goodness, a book. You know how I love books. So this is a new book that they have out. It's called The 7 Skills to Lasting Health. As I've talked about a lot on my channel, for me, the weight loss isn't about just moving that number down on the scale and looking better. It's about not only hopefully extending my life, but extending my life to be a more healthy life. I want to feel better. I want to be able to do things. I mean, I'm 66, going on 67. Things are starting to slow down a bit, but I'll be honest, since I've lost weight, they're speeding back up. So I don't know, this is kind of a hit and miss. So I am going to be reading through this book over the next week, and I'm going to be sharing things with you as I go through it. So they also sent me some chocolate whey protein. Now this is really exciting because I've never tried their chocolate whey protein. I'm very excited to try it. In the past, I've always gone with the Naked Whey ISO. So this is actually a really welcome addition because I'm going to give this a try with some of my smoothies and things this week, and I'm going to let you know how this comes out. So thank you so much to Trim Healthy Mama for sending me this fun little box with their newest book and also for some chocolate whey protein. I just can't wait to give it a try. And tonight I'm actually going to be making a dinner that is a Trim Healthy Mama meal that I thought you might enjoy watching me make. So tonight's Trim Healthy Mama meal that I'm making is egg roll in a bowl. And one of the reasons that I wanted to make that tonight is because I have some cabbage that I need to use up. It's still very good, but I want to make sure I don't waste it. I don't like buying food and then wasting it. So I'm going to go ahead and cook up some ground beef, and then I'm going to show you how I'm going to take some of my existing things I have on hand and make a really delicious dinner. So the first thing I'm going to do is add about 1 pound of ground beef. Now the recipe in the cookbook actually shows a recipe for a huge recipe. I'm cutting it in half, but I'm going to put the recipe that's in the book in the description below. So this is only going to be half because it's just for my husband and I. So last night I came home from Idaho and I found a whole bunch of green beans growing in my garden. So I'm going to wash these and I'm going to cut them up so that they're ready to put into the egg roll in a bowl when I'm ready. Now, this isn't part of the recipe. I'm adding these green beans, but I want to make sure that I can use them. And this is a really good recipe to add things like beans to. Now, if you wanted to, you could cut your green beans. You could actually go ahead and have these as a separate side dish with your meal. They would be perfectly good doing that. But this is how we're going to do this tonight. Now, these are a stringless green bean, so I'm not even going to string them, nothing. They're going to be really delicious just the way they are. Kind of funny, I actually planted green beans and they're just starting to poke their heads out of the ground, but here I've got green beans that actually started growing from last year, and they're ready to eat. So I don't know, go figure. All right, so I've got my green beans ready, so let's go ahead and just continue to cook up our ground beef. Now this was frozen this morning. I've had it defrosting, but it wasn't quite defrosted, but you know how it is with ground beef. You can always start cooking it and you'll have cooked ground beef before you know it. All right, I'm now gonna add, I left a little bit of oil in the pan from the meat, but I have cooked the meat. Now I'm going to add my cabbage. Now this is going to cook up very, very fast. So I'm going to cook up the cabbage, and I'm also going to be adding my green beans. Now I don't want any of this cooked to the point of ridiculous. I really like to have this in kind of a stir-fried texture. And in the meantime, let me get some seasonings put together, so when I add the meat back in, we'll add our seasonings to this egg roll in a bowl, and I'll show you how it all comes together. Now to mine, I'm also going to be adding some onion. This is about 1/4 of a cup of red onion. So far I've added no sauce. This is just the cabbage cooking down. It releases some of its liquid and the green beans. So we're adding our onions. I realize that I am out of soy sauce, so I am going to be adding some packets. I'm one of those people, I save all my packets from fast food, and this is one of the reasons why. Not only is it convenient to take places, but it's also really nice to have if you run out of something. So I'm going to add about just less than 1/4 of a cup. I'm going to add 4 packets of this. And to that, I'm going to add a teaspoon of ginger. And this is ground ginger. And I'm also going to be adding some garlic powder. Now, if you prefer fresh garlic, I mean, you do whatever works for you. This is what I like to put in. I love powdered garlic. I mean, I don't know why, but I really do. I'm going to put a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. And we're going to pour this right over our vegetables. Now, if you wanted to add like a tablespoon of water into this, you could. You just feel like everything's sticking a little bit too much. I think it's fine, but you do that if you prefer. And this is about the texture I like of my cabbage. I don't want it cooked to death, but I definitely want it cooked. Now I'm going to add my beef back in, and I'm just going to let this cook up. I did drain all the grease out of this, but I'm just going to let that continue to cook now for probably another 5 or 10 minutes. I just want all these flavors to come together, and this will be tonight's dinner. All right, my egg roll in a bowl is completely cooked. Look how beautiful that came out. I am going to give it a try for you. I have had this many times. It's one of my favorite Trim Healthy Mama dishes. I'm serving this with some sugar-free Jell-O and cottage cheese, and that is dinner tonight. So if you have never tried Trim Healthy Mama, this is a great plan. First of all, I just want to say thank you to Trim Healthy Mama for sending me this really nice little fun box. I can't wait to read the new book they gave me, and also to try out the Chocolate Whey protein powder. I'm going to link the books that I have been using on my journey online. This is the starter book. It has 50 really delicious, it's their best-selling recipes in the book. kind of goes over the whole program, why it works, how it works, and it is a great book to start with. And then there's a couple cookbooks that I use all the time. I actually use this Trim Healthy table a lot. It's got tons of recipes inside of it. And then I also have this additional cookbook. This is the Trim Healthy Mama cookbook. This is where I got the egg roll in a bowl recipe out of. And I will be linking that down below so that you'll have the recipe. If you haven't tried the egg roll in a bowl, it's delicious. Thanks for watching today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Check out some of these different tools for weight loss. They've worked great for me. 86.5 pounds. I'm on my way. I'm going to hit that 100-pound mark hopefully by the end of the summer. So anyway, if you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing to my channel. Give me a like, a thumbs up, or ring that bell for future notifications, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.